Perfect. Awesome. We are live. Hello. Welcome to our live chat, our AVS live chat with the AVS team. We are waiting for one more of our team members, but she'll be on very, very shortly. But in the meantime, we'll just, let y'all come through. Oh, there she is. Wonderful. Perfect. Perfect timing. What's up? Okay, great. But yes, here she is, y'all. Great, great. So we'll start in the next probably like 2 or 3 minutes, just so y'all can come on. Yeah. So bring your questions. Let us know what you're feeling. Are you excited for NAVCon just like we are? Because we really, really are. So definitely let us know. Great, great. All right. Debbie Rose. Hi, how's it going? Oh, yay. Okay, yay. Who's Debbie Rose?
Oh.
Perfect. Great. So as y'all are trickling in, how about we introduce ourselves? So I am Jamila Alfred. I am the marketing director for Afro-Vegan Society. Jessica?
I'm Jessica, and I am the director of programming.
Brenda?
Oh, right. I'm Brenda Sanders. I am the founder and executive director for Afro-Vegan Society.
And hey everyone, I am the other Jessica, as you can see there's two of us, just us, and I am the online community engagement coordinator for AVS. So
Awesome. And
we
by
have
the way,
other team members, they're just not here. So there's also Ray Robbins and now Jasmine Johnson. So very, very, very exciting stuff. Excited to have built such an amazing team. So.
Yes, and we definitely have fun at AVS. Let us tell you, you'll figure out real quick. But by the way, Ian, that's hilarious that's an alias. Awesome. Okay, great. Well, we might as well just start, get the ball rolling because we know it's Friday. We know y'all are trying to do some stuff this evening. Great, let's start. So what we're talking about here today is what we're excited for our upcoming National Afro-Vegan Virtual Conference, virtual summit, excuse me. That's going to be happening next Saturday, November 13th from 12 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, we want to talk about what we're excited about. We haven't showed y'all too much information. We're just trickling out our lineup now. So we want to tell y'all a little bit more, give y'all the tea on what's going to happen next week. So great. So how about Jessica? You want to brief us on what you're excited about for NAVCon?
Which one? Which Jessica, Jamila? Which one?
Oh my God, y'all. This is okay.
I'm gonna do like Jessica and Jess. I could be Jess. She can be Jessica.
Right. Okay. So Jessica and then Jess. Okay, great. So Jessica, what would you say you're excited about for NAVCon?
Well, Afro-Vegan Society is one of the things I feel like we're known for is showing people how to make delicious vegan food. And so we have some amazing cooking demos lined up for NAVCon this year. I'm super excited. We have Todd from Turn Up Vegan. He is popping all over Instagram and TikTok. He makes amazing, high quality food videos, and he's going to be using lion's mane mushroom to make vegan scrimps. And they're like garlic, maple, crispy fried mushrooms. They look so good. His demo is amazing. And then the one and only Chef Joya, she's also known to throw down in the kitchen. She cooks food from all across the diaspora, but vegan and just all types of delicious comfort food. So she's going to be showing us how to make her vegan ribs from her cookbook. And she takes her time to develop textures and flavors. So you're going to know how to make some really amazing vegan ribs after you cook with her for her demo. Then we have the amazing Nzinga from Yes Baby, I Like It Raw. And she's going to be doing a live cooking demo to close out all of our cooking demos. And she's going to be showing us how to make some vegan Haitian food using plantains. So I'm super excited about all of these dishes. I think you guys are going to love them. And then next Friday, Jamila and I are going to go live for this bonus happy hour that we're going to be doing to kick off NAVCon. And we're just going to be cooking it up, making some happy hour snacks from some of our favorite Black vegan cookbooks. So we'll let you know about the cookbooks we're cooking from and what we're going to be sharing. But look out for information about our happy hour. It's going to be delicious.
Yeah,
that's so exciting. So, but Jessica, you know that usually happy hour involves some drinks. So, is there going to be anything? Look, no pressure. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to put any pressure on the two of you, but will there be any like drinks incorporated into it, whether alcoholic or non-alcoholic? I'm just wondering.
Actually, that is the plan for the cookbooks we're cooking from. We're going to select like an appetizer recipe and then also a drink recipe. So I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going to be making a mocktail. That's just how I roll. But
Nice.
Jamila, are you you like to sippy sip or you keep a mocktail with your thing?
I need to be drinking mocktails. I need to be drinking mocktails. So maybe I'll just do the mocktail during the happy hour. But that's very, very exciting.
Yeah, because if y'all want to drink, you know what I mean? I'm probably, look, I'm not like much of a drinker, but I might have a little wine, you know what I mean? It's going to be on a Friday, so I might have a little sippy sip. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take that.
Okay, so speaking of wine, from our people who like to have a little sippy sip, what are some of your vegan-friendly wine brands that you drink? Or like, what's your go-to wine?
Brands. That's a good question. I just have specific wines that I like. It's not okay. So, have you ever had chocolate wine? So it's tricky to find a good vegan chocolate wine because a lot of them have milk in it, like milk substances and dairy. So there is one that doesn't have any in it, and it's called Chocolate Shop. So it has like little notes of like vanilla and cherry, and it's hard to find. So it's like a little hint of chocolate flavor mixed with the wine. So I like that.
Wow, that's new to me.
Wine too. And I think it's really good paired with like dark chocolate. So if you find it in stores, I recommend it.
I appreciate that because I love chocolate and I do really like wine. Well, I don't want to say like I'm not like wine or anything. I just when a nice dinner, you like to have a glass of red wine, you know what I mean? Things like that. So chocolate and wine together is, I'm here for it.
I just want to point out that, I mean, a lot of, I'll say Black vegans, especially, are really not trying to partake in like alcohol and stuff like that. So more power to them. But for folks who are, I just wanted to point out that most champagne is vegan because like real champagne from France, actually they don't use animal products there. It's actually illegal to use animal products in their in their champagne. And so I found out that if you're getting like actual champagne from the Champagne region in France, that it's going to be vegan. So that was pretty dope.
Well, I'm a child, so if I'm drinking anything, it needs to taste like juice. So I'm like,
just drink juice, Jessica.
My beverage taste buds are that of a child. Let me not,
yeah.
But so I'm a Riesling, I'm a Moscato, and I'm a rosé. I've had sparkling rosé before that tastes good. So like, yeah, I'm like, if it don't taste like juice, I don't want it.
Honestly, Jessica, I don't blame you because like alcohol tastes like drain cleaner or like battery acid, and I just don't understand. Like I understand it's an acquired taste, but yeah, Riesling all day. Okay, EA agrees with you.
Yes, you feel me. I'm glad I'm not alone.
Facts. Okay, sweet. So let's move on to our next person to talk about what we're excited for NAVCon. And by the way, y'all, don't be shy. Like, let us know what you're excited about. Let us know what questions you might have about NAVCon. We're here for you. So let's go on to Brenda. So what would you say you're excited about for next Saturday?
Yeah, so I was just so blessed and so grateful that one of my sheroes, one of the women who I just really, really look up to and, just admire so much, Tracy McQuirter, with everything that she has going on. I mean, she's just like all up on podcasts with Robert Downey Jr. and she's like launching campaigns and all this amazing stuff. And she agreed to come and do a live Q&A with us on the day of the event. And I am just so excited. Tracy is just such an inspiration and she's so amazing. And she's just like, I'm like fangirling about the fact that like she's going to spend some time with us. She's going to talk about the campaign that she recently launched, 10 million Black vegan women. I mean, like I cannot wait to dig into that because like 10 million, You know what I mean? Like the first campaign was like 10,000 Black vegan women. And I was like 10,000. Wow, Tracy, yeah, she's doing it. You know what I mean? And the campaign was amazing and so successful. And then she was saying like, and I have an announcement to make. I have an announcement to make. And I was like, just racking my brain, like, what could her announcement be? What could it be? And then she was like, I'm launching the 10 million Black vegan women campaign. And I just got goosebumps. I was just like, this is serious. This is like a really major thing. And like, I'm just so excited. I'm so proud, to be seen as a colleague of Tracy McWhirter. And I'm just, I'm really inspired by her work and just what she stands for and her beauty and her poise and just everything about her. So yeah, I'm super duper excited to have her come on and share, talk about the whole course of her work, talk about everything that she's done for the community, talk about, just like how she's been this fixture in our community and working towards this mission of bringing health and wellness and just everything good into our space. So I'm gonna stop now, but because y'all can already see I'm like very, very excited. So that's what I am absolutely most excited about.
That's really exciting too, because Tracy did a presentation at NAVCon last year, and it was like about like Black vegan history, and she talked a lot about like the Black vegan movement in DC. So it's so cool to know that like this person rooted in all this Black vegan history is pushing it forward with this campaign. So I'm looking forward to her talk as well, Brenda.
Yeah.
Me too.
Definitely. And I love how like y'all both are like Black vegan trailblazers. Because he's DC, you're Baltimore, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like two areas of Maryland, well, Maryland-ish, because DC, but like, two areas in the DMV, like people coming together. So it's like, and y'all are just both so real. I'm just excited to see that myself. I mean, I know it's gonna be bomb.
Me too.
Definitely. And I see EA asked, will vegan ethics be mentioned in it?
Oh my gosh, EA. Like, I mean, all right. So you may, I don't know if you followed my work, or if anybody who's watching has really followed my work, but I at a certain point, about maybe 15 years ago or so, I just decided that I could no longer have a conversation about veganism without talking about the ethics. And I think that EA means like talking about the animals, right? And I realized within myself, this didn't come from like PETA or any external source, but I just noticed that I was talking about veganism and, eating plants and this and that. And I wasn't talking about the beings who like everybody was talking around. People talk about meat, but they don't talk about the animals who came first before the meat. People talk about, what they don't eat, right? But they're not talking about like, what is it? Who is it that you're talking about, right? And so, about 15 years ago, it just dawned on me and I was like, this just doesn't feel right anymore. It's like, I'm not going to have a conversation about veganism without talking about animals, because that's what it's all about. That's what we're engaging with, right? And it gets uncomfortable. People get upset. I've done talks where people thought that they were just going to come in and, find out about some vegan recipes. And then I start getting into the truth about, the different systems of exploitation. I've had people get up and walk out. I've had people, push back and say, like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to, talk about diet. I don't care about that. But at the end of the day, we have to be honest about what it is we're talking about. We're not talking about milk. We're talking about cow's milk. We're talking about goat's milk. You know what I mean? We're not talking about meat. We're talking about the whole process that got that meat to the refrigerator or the freezer, right? So I personally am always going to talk about those issues, but we're also going to talk about other things, because we're going to talk about the entire like spectrum of, like relevant issues to our community. And as I'm sure all of you know, Black folks have a lot of things that we need to be talking about. We have a lot of issues that we need to be trying to address. And the really amazing thing for me is that my work as a vegan activist coincides with, you know, those same issues. And so it's sort of like the work of advocating for veganism just also happens to pose or to offer solutions to a lot of the issues that people are coming to us to talk about. And so it's a really beautiful symmetry there. So yeah, if anybody else have anything that they wanted to say about vegan ethics, because I could go on.
Mic drop for you, number one. But also, like, I feel like, and by the way, EA confirms that, like, yes, Brenda, you got her. But it's funny because you really, to me, can't talk about food justice or climate change without addressing animal agriculture and like why it's beneficial to give up that thing, you know, if accessible and affordable to, you know, whatever your region is. I just feel like it's sprinkled in there. It's all included within it. So we can't really divorce any of those topics from ethics or animal liberation and things like that. So I'm always excited for those topics because it might not seem like we outwardly do it all the time, but we definitely talk about ethics very often because once again, you cannot divorce them from climate change or food justice, which are two topics that we talk about pretty often in our content. So that's just me. So you most deaf, EA, to answer your question, most deaf.
Oh, and just to add a little bit, I talked about the people who don't want to hear it when we open up these conversations about animals. What I didn't do is talk about the people who are completely like moved by learning this information, because we have to understand that the stuff about how we're exploiting animals, whether we're talking about in the food system, whether we're talking about in, you know, scientific you know, experimentation, whether we're talking about zoos, circuses, aquariums, whatever, people don't know. It's hidden. It's very cleverly hidden. It's very aggressively hidden from us. And so there have been more people who have been like, whoa, like that's happening? Like that's going on in the food system? They don't know. And then they look at us and they say, okay, well, what can I do? And that's the vast majority of people. So, you know, at the same time, like, I don't want to just paint our community in such a way that's just like, oh, and then they just all get up and walk out, because that is actually absolutely not the case.
I feel you so hard on that. Awesome. Well, that's very important. And I'm really excited that we're going to be talking about that. Cool. So, Jess, you wanted to share a little bit what you're excited about? And once again, everyone, let us know any questions or comments you might have. I will be happy to answer them to the best of our ability. All right. Sorry about that, Jess. What were you saying?
Oh, okay. So I am excited about so much. Let me just talk about myself for a little bit. So I became vegan when I was a teenager, and I'm not going to date myself, but I'm very far from being a teen. So that was so many years ago. And during my veganism journey, I've sometimes thought of myself as like a jaded vegan. Like, okay, I've veganized every recipe, I've eaten every type of vegan food, you know, etc. Because it just becomes more so of, it's just matter of fact. This is just my life, you know. So in the terms of AVS, I can definitely say it's reignited my passion for vegan living. So in the terms of NAVCon, I just think it is all encompassing. It is so much variety. You get cookie demos, you get information, it's culture, it's community. And I can only imagine if back then I could just click on a computer and tune into something that can give me so much information, and to feel like, oh my God, it is other people like they're out me, you know, being like me, being Black, being vegan. And what? So, I mean, just to know that it is so much variety and just the vast amount of content that NAVCon provides, that is what I'm most excited about, you know, because of course, you know, I'm working behind the scenes, but just to even tune in to all the info, and I get a cooking demo, and, you know, I get to be entertained. So I'm excited about the variety. And also I'm excited about the panel that we'll be doing for a more just and sustainable future for the AVS team. So it'll be kind of like this. So this is like, what you can expect for our panel for NAVCon. So I'm excited about all of it, everything for NAVCon.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
and we and in that panel, we definitely will be talking about all the whole spectrum of issues from, the connection between climate change and animal agriculture and just all of it. We're going to be bringing it all to the table, talking about a more just and sustainable future. I mean, that's a very wide topic, so there's a lot to cover there.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like community and engagement too, I think the format for the NAVCon Virtual Summit this year is going to be really fun because like last year we had all of our on-demand sessions and people could kind of just go through the sessions and watch what they wanted in whatever order. But this year we are doing a full live stream broadcast from 12 to 5. So all these panels will be happening in sequence and the comment section will be running all day. And so we'll really get more of a chance to interact with you all, see your comments, and really connect. And one thing that I love about our events too is seeing how people connect with each other in the comments. Like people really are helping each other out, answering each other's questions. Saying, I'm from here, where do you find this? And someone else from that part of the country might chime in and help them out. So it's a beautiful thing when we do things like this. And this will be the longest live stream we've run. So I feel like there's that many more opportunities for points of connection for people who participate in the summit this year.
Yeah, I love that.
Totally, totally. And just like what you were saying, Jess, like there when I first went vegan like 8.5 years ago, I really wish there was something like Afro-Vegan Society at the time,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I was very lucky to like quickly see that Sister Vegan existed and other black vegan, like brown vegan, like there are great resources, you know what I mean? But I just feel like Afro-Vegan Society, we're just like a nice little information hub, like
Yeah.
for the culture. Like we speak from that perspective. So like you automatically just feel like you belong. You know what I mean? We're not trying to be like too formal and uptight. Like we're telling you how it is from our language. And that's something that I feel like a lot of new vegans and new black vegans really, really need. It's just such a huge need for it. So that not only makes NavCon exciting, but just what we do in general pretty exciting. So I feel
Yeah.
you on that.
And then our team is just like so diverse. I know people look at our team and they're like, oh, it's all black women, and no, like it's the whole spectrum of folks. You got like old crotchety seniors like me, and like and then, all the way down to like Jamila, you're like what 18, and
Yes.
and so and like different personalities. Like I always push things to the limit, and then Jessica has to pull me back from the brink. And and then like Jess is like just super nice and sweet all the time, like all the time.
Well, thank you.
And so and then we have, like I said, we have a couple other team members as well, and just everybody's bringing something different to the table. Everybody is bringing sort of like their own flavor, and it just all kind of mixes together and makes this amazing, I don't know, team. This amazing dynamic team. So it's just, and that's where all of our work comes out of, is the dynamics of our team. So I think it's how we're able to do such amazing things.
Oh yes. I definitely
I love y'all.
Oh, I love y'all too. I can't lie. Oh, awesome. Well, I guess we're just gonna like move on to the next and final topic for me. So I'm excited for the plant-based health panel when we have Dr. Milton Mills, and we're going to be having Dr. Judy Brangman. And we're really excited. Well, I'm really excited for that personally because I'm really into health and wellness. I want to learn more about like medical things for my own enjoyment because it's health. I understand that like fresh foods and are not always accessible and affordable to a lot of people, but health is just so important: physical, mental, spiritual. I feel like we like to take that for granted. Like I'll say this right quick. So today was the first day I went to the gym in like about a week. Like, it was Halloween weekend last week. I was eating everything, vegan, of course, but I was just, doing whatever I wanted and like not really working out. And I noticed it was affecting my mood because I can be very moody. And I was just extra moody this week. And for the first time today, going to the gym, like, having that type of movement and actually eating fruits and vegetables, today I felt so much better. My mood was lifted. And, that might not be everybody's experience all the time, but when you do that consistently, you really start to feel great. And that's like number one reason why health is so important. And in Black communities, we don't have much real information about health. It's really, really, it's not necessarily our fault, but it is our responsibility, especially as AVS, to offer that type of information if we have it. And that's why we're so happy to have these high esteemed and awesome doctors coming in and spreading that information for free, because we really, really do need that in our communities. Like, for example, like I'm sure we all have a sick family member that either has diabetes, that has possibly had a heart attack or a stroke, that is at risk or is at least at risk, all those type of things, hypertension, blah, blah. And we think those are things that run in our family, because a lot of people like to tell you that, like, if you're going to eat something with a lot of lard in it, there's going to be a cause and effect to that. So it's just very important that not only we talk about that, but we just give that free information to our community so we can do something with it to the best of our ability. So I'm just really excited for it, especially for my parents. Like, my parents are not doing the best health wise. And I feel like this will be so helpful for them because they don't want to hear me talk about veganism. They're sick of me. They're over me talking about fruits and vegetables. But when we have these high esteemed doctors coming in to tell them for free what's up, then they can like sit down and listen and internalize it and possibly do something about it with what they have. So that's what I'm really excited about, because health is just so important and our community deserves it after everything we've been through and will continue to go through. So anyone else agree with me? Because in the audience and y'all, because I know, yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think something that's been so like inspiring and encouraging doing this work with AVS is how willing these experts are when we call on them to say, we'd love for you to participate. These are our topics. Like, people are willing to offer their knowledge. They're willing to give of themselves for this greater cause. And so I think that it's such a beautiful thing to once again have the opportunity to like bring this event together and see like Dr. Mills show up, Dr. Judy. Like, Dr. Mills is everywhere. He's all over the place. But he makes time for us whenever we say, Dr. Mills, we want you to be on a panel or we'd love for you to give a talk. He's there, he's ready to educate the people. And so, so yeah, that is super exciting, Jamila.
Yeah. I just wanted to say it is so important because it's so many misconceptions that comes along with eating vegan, just because I hate to say brainwashing that we have sustained pretty much since you're born, oh, like this is what we eat, this is what we do. And then, industries that are saying eat this. So I think to have professional doctors to tell you, no, we can live this way. It's healthy. It's good for your body. You don't need these products to be a healthy and strong person. So it's just so important because it's so many misconceptions. So I'm excited about the panel too with the doctors.
Yeah, Jamila, you said something that really just hit the nail on the head for me. You said our community deserves this information. And I can tell y'all, like, that's what the whole entire, like, arc of my work has been about, is just the fact that I know that my community deserves better than what we've been given, than what we've been exposed to, than what has been forced on us. And so that is what Afro-Vegan Society is all about. It's just like bringing this vital, life-saving, world-changing information to the community, making it available, making it accessible, like giving of it freely is just the most important thing to me. And that's why any of it even exists. So, yeah, I definitely agree with you on that.
Absolutely. And actually, I know this might be a little off topic, but I just wanted to mention it. Me and my sister had this current conversation, like literally an hour before this, where she had a conversation with a coworker who's a black, an Afro Latina, and she was kind of diminishing my sister's experience because she believes what we believe. My sister believes everything we believe. And basically what it comes down to is the realization my sister had was, why do people believe that black people deserve suffering when we don't? You know what I mean? So that's like going off of what you said, Brenda, like we have to remember that we are deserving. All the messages we've internalized from like everything, all the oppression, blah, blah, blah. But like we have to always remember that we are deserving. We are just we're deserving of love, respect, joy, health. Everything that everyone has said about us is a lie. So that's why this is also really important, because we're not just giving it to y'all just to give it to y'all. Like we have to believe that this is like information for us. If that, this is not just like salads are not just for white people. You know what I mean? Like we deserve that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people want to believe that like having asparagus with some tofu. No, like like that type of information, we deserve it. Like we just have to, we probably have to blackify it, but health is just so for us.
I'm sorry, could you explain the process of blackification, Jamila? Do you have like a step-by-step guide on how to
blackify? I don't know how to blackify asparagus, so you tell me. Old Bay, barbecue sauce.
Girl, you are a mess.
Ooh, and I see here we have a few comments. Thank y'all for your comments, by the way. Keep them coming. We're definitely willing and able to answer your questions. So I see here someone says, Tracy Elder, what's good? Says, hi, if a person cannot be there for the whole conference, is there a website that we can go to? Does anyone want to answer that?
Yeah, so the link basically will be available all throughout the course of the event, but then once you've registered, you will still have access to that same link. So you can go back and watch it after it concludes and pick up wherever you left off in the broadcast. So there will be basically the same link will work during and after the event. If you've registered, you will have access to it.
Yes, make sure to register. Make sure to register. If you do not register, you will not have access. That's very important. The other thing that's important is like, don't keep this information a secret. I back before the pandemic, I was involved with founding this community center called Thrive Baltimore, and we would do just like lots of big in-person events. Everything from like film screenings to cooking demos to marketplaces and like bazaars, and we even had a vegan crab cake competition. I mean, like we was doing it. It's Baltimore, so you got to do the crab cake. And at a certain point, I just started telling people like, look, tell your family, tell your friends, and people were like, oh yeah, it didn't even occur to me to do that. How does it not occur to you? And as soon as I started saying that, tell your coworkers, tell your friends, that's when like tons and tons of people started flocking in to these events, and we were busting out of the seams and like having hundreds of people, coming out to our events every time. And so people are just thinking like, I got to get this information for me. I got to change my life, and not thinking about it in terms of I need to spread this information because we all should have access to this information. So yeah, I would definitely say to folks, just make sure to spread the word. Afro-Vegan Society should not be a secret. We want everybody to know about us, and we want everybody to have access to what we are giving. So.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we're just all about community, just like with our, if you checked it out, we had a reel that talked about what we were excited about, what the AVS team is excited about. And one of that was community. Like community really matters. Connection and community matters. Like we don't have to just live individually in little boxes. You know what I mean? It's okay to reach out. It's okay to, bring a friend, tell a friend, like we're all about bringing people together. So it's more than just spreading the word about like, just marketing, but we want to talk to you. We want to see you. We want to like see what you're about, see what we can connect on. all that type of stuff. So that's another
Exactly.
reason why NAVCon is so awesome. It's a place where people can just really find community. And if you're interested in what we're talking about, even better. Perfect, perfect. So I see here some comments. Oh, hey, Roberta Lowe. Yes, Chef Lowe, what's good? Yes, she says she agrees. Change starts with the mind. Yeah, absolutely. Lifestyle change definitely starts with the mind. And yeah, the crab cake competition. Okay, I'll never forget that crab cake competition because I'm a Maryland girl. You know what I mean? And that was just so much fun because no one does that. That's another thing about you, Brenda. I know this is probably off topic too, but like every event that you did at Thrive was just so not even non-vegan, recreation center, community centers did stuff like that. So I was like, wait,
Yep.
how does she think about this? Like,
Yeah, it's so much so that, we started, and it's not just me, I've always had a team of people, even when it was just like two of us. And then it grew. But, it got to a point where we would do events and then other people would like mimic those events because it was just like so popular and so like well attended that people were like, oh well, they did that, now we want to do it too. And an interesting example of that is the mac and cheese championship, which is coming back in 2022. Yeah, and it's coming back like bigger and better than ever. But we had gone down to Power Plant Live to try to book that space, which is this big space down at the Baltimore Inner Harbor. And, so of course we had to tell them like what our vision was and what our plan was. And they told us no. But now Power Plant Live has has a mac and cheese competition. It's not vegan, but they have a mac and cheese competition that they sponsor every year now, which started the year after we tried to go and rent their space, right? And so we even tried to connect with them and say, hey, well, can you want to just like partner with us and we'll handle like the vegan side of it and bring in vegan chefs? And they were like, no, we're good. And it's huge and it's well attended. So yeah, it's all about, for me, it's all about innovation. It's all about giving the people what they want. It's all about, doing something new that hasn't been done before. And yeah, so I mean, 2022, I mean, fingers crossed that the Rona don't come back, and just like do like a part 3, 4, where we at? I don't know where we are with this
part 2.5.
Yeah, as long as that doesn't happen, I'm just like every day I just pray like, okay, can we get it, we done messed up, we get it, we did this to ourselves, we do get it, like can we please just move on from this so that we can get back to something that looks normal. So I'm hoping that will be 2022. I mean, I really want I want NAVCon to be an in-person experience because NAVCon was always supposed to be an in-person experience. But, like the Rona just kind of sidetracked all of that. But we want to be around y'all. We miss people. Well, some of us miss people. Some of us have been thriving indoors, but I'm not going to say which of us. But, like it's time for us to get back out into the world. I'm trying to do another tour. Because like Jamila was there for the restaurant tour that we took across country. That was amazing. So I'm trying to do that. I got a little Afro-Vegan Society retreat that I'm cooking up for y'all that y'all don't even know about. So yeah, but we gotta be allowed back outside. So yeah, let's do this.
Get me all excited over here. My hands are sweating from all this excitement. A retreat? Ooh, my ears
man.
It's amazing. I'm looking forward to all of that, by the way. I want to be at every single one of those.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, great. Well, look, if y'all have any other questions or comments, please let us know. But if not, it is Friday. We know y'all are gonna do, what you do on your Friday evenings. And we'll be here if you need us. If you message us, we'll get back to you, as quick as we can to answer any of your questions if you can't do it today. But anyone have any closing thoughts or anything you want to drop?
I am about to put the link to register for NAVCon in the comments. So if you
Nice.
have not registered yet, I'm about to add the link right now. Join us, please. We love to see you there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And just a reminder that NavCon premieres next Saturday, November 13th from 12 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah, be there, be square, y'all, because it's going to be awesome. And there's one more thing I feel like I was going to say about it. Oh, share, share, share. DM your friends about it. Share our graphics. We have tons of graphics promoting our conference, our virtual summit. So we have it all for you. Go right ahead and share, and tell your friends. We'll definitely appreciate it because we want to see y'all.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody who tuned into this. And we'll see you next time. We'll see you on Saturday, actually.
Next week.
Yeah. See you at
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. All right. Bye. Happy Friday, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.